Staying with the reports on drug abuse, we're now being joined in the news at 10 by Channels Television's data and information analyst Babajide Ogunsowo. He joins us from our studio in Abuja. Babajide, great to see you as always. Would love to have had you here in Lagos, but let's go, you're in Abuja. So the first half of 2021 has seen the NDLEA seize significantly more drug shipments and made more arrests than the first half of 2020. Why is this happening?
Amarachi, good evening. There are a lot of reasons why this is happening. But first, I would like to explain why today for me is very important. 4.5 decades ago, the world recorded its first Ebola case. Tonight, we are not discussing Ebola because Nigeria faces even a pandemic that is worse than Ebola. We are facing an illicit drug trafficking pandemic. But there's some good news, and then there's some bad news regarding the illicit drug trading we face in Nigeria. Let's start with the bad news. Or rather, let's start with some good news. And the good news is it's getting more difficult for those involved in that illicit drug trade to import drugs into Nigeria or to even export drugs into Nigeria. We've seen a lot of activities in the first 6 months of this year. Let's look at what exactly has been going on since January. In January, 26.8 kilograms of cocaine worth 21 billion naira was seized. That was the largest seizure from an individual in 15 years. By the end of January, the NDLEA had seized cocaine worth 30 billion naira only in January. In summary, as at the end of January, the NDLEA said they had seized over 130 kilograms worth of cocaine. In February, at Tinkan in Lagos, another 44 kilograms worth of cocaine was seized. The street value of what was seized at Tinkan Island was worth 32 billion naira. Only in February. In February as well, 1,200 kilograms of cannabis, otherwise known as marijuana, was seized from a forest in Ondo State. And in February as well, we saw 1.4 billion naira worth of cannabis seized from another forest in Edo State. So within the first 2 months of this year, we are seeing a lot of seizures on cocaine and on cannabis from Lagos, Ondo, Edo, and Adamawa states. By March, 200 kilograms of illicit substances were seized from Lagos, Abuja, and Kano. Only in March, 2 billion naira worth of illegal drugs were seized. Between January, February, and March, based on the NDLEA's reports, they said they had seized 60 billion naira worth of illegal drugs. In April alone, a drug man was caught concealing cocaine in the statue of Virgin Mary. Most of those drugs were kept in the underwear of this statue, the statue of Virgin Mary. Heroin and cat worth 10 billion naira in April alone was seized from Lagos and Abuja. Another 100 bags of cannabis seized in Nasarawa State. Between January and April, the NDLEA reported that they had seized 75 billion naira worth of illegal drugs. More than 2,000 suspects had been arrested by April, and the convictions had started. Now let's look at what exactly went on in May and June. In May, we saw an ex-vice chairman of Lagos Island picked up for trying to traffic 1 kilogram worth of cocaine. In May, we had seen the NDLEA arrest another drug lord with 36 blocks of cocaine. This 36 blocks of cocaine had a street value of more than 8 billion naira. The NDLEA in May had reported that between January to May, they had seized 2 million plus kilograms of illicit drugs. Their summary for May was that between January, February, March, April, and May, they had seized 90 billion naira worth of illegal drugs. These drugs that were being seized were not just in Lagos and in the states you had mentioned, Ondo, Edo. We are seeing the NDLEA seize only in May 107 kilograms worth of cocaine in Abuja. We are yet to end June, and as of today, the information from the NDLEA is that approximately 100 billion naira of drugs has been seized. In June, we saw the largest cocaine seizure that has ever happened in Ekiti State since the state had been created in 1996. 87.8 grams of cocaine was seized in Ekiti State. 12,000 plus capsules of tramadol. We still have a problem with tramadol. 12,000 plus of capsules of tramadol was seized in Lagos, and over 1,000 kilograms of illicit drugs again were seized in Imo and Gombe states. Amachi, the challenge we have is where the NDLA is having seizures of drugs, which is good news, but the bad news is the question of why are Nigerians still involved in the drug trade, and I'll explain that to you quickly. Based on the United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime, their information points to the profitability of the drug trade. Let's put some numbers to this. If you are a farmer and you are farming on, let's say, 1,000 square meters worth of land, and you planted rice, on that farm yield, your rice could earn you, for instance, 100,000 naira. For every 100,000 naira worth of rice you will earn on that farm, if you planted coca leaves, the leaves used for cocaine, you will earn the equivalent of 25 million naira. Again, I will explain it simply again. 100,000 naira worth of rice on a farmland, if you use that same farmland to plant coca, you will earn 25 million naira. And so the risk-reward ratio for those involved in the trade is high, and that is why we still see a lot of young Nigerians involving in the trading of cocaine.
So we're seeing a lot of profitability, in the illicit drug trading. A lot of that is going on. I understand how difficult it is to control. I mean, if you're realizing billions of naira in street value of illicit drugs, so that makes it really hard for you to stop, really. But any idea, though, and any research that shows if or where the cocaine farms in Nigeria are?
Again, more good news. The NDLA has partnered with the National Bureau of Statistics to release updated information on the seizures they are making and where they are making those seizures. We expect these reports to come out a bit more faster and to be more current. The last report was released at the end of 2018, but the trend shows that nothing significant has changed. These are the 10 states where the NDLA found cocaine based on their last report. And if you study what is in front of you, Abuja, Lagos, Delta are the top areas. Among these 10 states, the majority of these states are located in the southern region of Nigeria, except Abuja and Kano. And what we are seeing is, why are the southern states having most of these seizures? The southern states are having most of these seizures because the drug dealers often attempt to try and take these drugs out of the country. And the exit points are the Lagos International Airport and the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. And so most of the seizures we see have happened at the airport and while they are attempting to transit from one location to another location. And that is the challenge. The international airports are strong points for these drug traders. Again, let's talk quickly about the solutions. One solution is for officials and personnel who are at the airport, for us to have a random system of changing them. So we shouldn't have personnel working at the airport for too long. And the random way of changing them isn't by using the HR, or it has to be done by computer algorithm, whereby you do not know what post you will be situated in. But in all, the final analysis is that a wise man once said, for you to move a mountain, the easiest way to do that is to start by moving the stones around the mountain. And what we are saying is that our drug mountain, hasn't been moved yet, but the NDLA has started to move the stones around the mountain.
A perfect place to leave it. Babajide, thanks again for joining us on the News at 10. Hopefully we'll see you in Lagos soon.
Don't be surprised, I'll join you soon.